Okay, we are live.
All
Ah,
right.
it's good to be live and alive. Hello, everybody who will be watching this Inspirational Bar Podcast anytime, anywhere in the world. My name is Aistis, and I created this podcast to bring you inspirational and very successful people from our industry to tell their stories, how they got to that great success, and to hear the story and to get inspired and to become better bartenders. And today I have a very special person. I have a world champion of one of the most exciting and biggest competitions in the world, Bacardi Legacy. I have a small story about that myself because I tried Bacardi Legacy a couple times, but it was a competition I couldn't even pass locals. I think I tried two or three times. I don't remember now exactly, and I have a person who passed everything, all the stages, and he got the champion title in 2018. So it's quite fresh. He's just a couple years old, and I'm very excited to hear his story and learn from him as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, I present you one and only Eric Wine Big. Hi, Eric.
Yeah. Hey. How you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you? How is Mexico? You in Mexico? Yep.
Yeah, I'm actually right now in the factory of the stations of the jockeys. Like I'm looking at while I'm talking to you, me and my partner are looking at jockeys for the bar. And
Jockeys. What is that?
here, I'll show you,
Okay, show us.
like the stations.
Oh, okay, I got it. All
So
right.
we're like,
Cool.
so we're like getting it custom built. So that's good.
Wow, that's cool. So, Eric, what I would like it, and I believe people who come to this podcast the most, we would like to hear your story. How did it happen from the point where you started? You started your bartending career. I mean, the first day behind the bar, or like the first day touching hospitality industry, to the point you are like global championship of Bacardi Legacy, and to the point you are today. Like it will be probably the end will be two milestones from the start to Bacardi Legacy, and then from Bacardi Legacy to today.
Um, okay, it's long journey, but so I started bartending in 2016 when I came
Okay,
back from the living in the United States for 7 years playing basketball.
okay,
And there was this guy that told me about the cocktail competition, Bacardi Legacy, and the guys are world class and things of this nature. And I thought it was always weird having cocktail competitions because in reality you put liquid in a glass, and I at that point in time I thought that was ridiculous. But anyway, there was this guy that who also won Legacy, which was Jian Chen. He won it in 2017, I believe. And
hmm
when I saw his performance, I realized that this was not just a cocktail competition where you make a drink. He actually told his story about how he moved to the United States and that his family, disowned him for a while, and that didn't talk to him anymore because he became a bartender, and that
Okay.
he got robbed when he was a magician, and he lost all his money. So
Wow.
so I was like, that's really cool that you get the freedom to tell that story. And I went through a real difficult time at that point in my life as well. So I joined Bacardi Legacy in 2017 to 18.
Okay.
Um,
Was it your first try?
yeah, my first try. I actually went to New York and I visited Angel Share to visit GN just to talk to him. So I flew to New York
Okay.
and I won with another guy called Vitaly Alexeyev. I won the Dutch final. Went to the European final, and everybody was like, "Hey, how are you? Welcome to London. Welcome to Bacardi." La la la. And I was like, "Whoa, this is like very like everybody's super interested in you. Everybody's talking to you. Everybody's very nice." So I really got a kick out of that. Well, I ended up losing that year, and the day I lost, I was really pissed off. And like a week later, I started working on the year after that
Okay. Right away.
right away. Because I had a really good brand ambassador at the time for Bacardi. His name is Joy Oberg. And he was like, "Man, you gotta try it again." And in the beginning, the first week, I didn't want to hear it. I was like, "No, man, I don't want to do this anymore." But I ended up doing it again, and so when the global final in Berlin was going on, I
Mhm.
already was preparing for the year after that.
Okay. So it was
Um,
all right. Okay. Okay. Tell the story. Yeah.
so by the time that people were opening up, like because Bacardi Legacy, like it opens up in like August, you can send your drink in for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks. The moment it opened up, I sent my drink in because I already had everything. I had my speech ready, I had my drink ready. I already did 2 guest shifts with my drink, so I already was like booming.
Okay.
I I
Okay.
like
That's great.
um,
Ahead of the time.
yeah, and obviously you need to do. It's a little different now, but like back when I did it, you have a marketing campaign and you can go as crazy as you want to do, and you get a little budget from Bacardi.
Yeah.
And so I texted maybe 50 or 60 Bacardi Legacy winners, like national winners, like from all over
Oh,
the world.
wow.
And the one person that really helped me was Loretta Tosca from Greece. She made top 8 the year before.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember she sent me her marketing campaign, and the moment I opened it, I had a panic attack because the things that she was able to do was insane. Like I was like, how am I gonna do this? I don't know how to do none of this. Not only was the marketing campaign and the slideshow like made beautifully, so I'm not a graphic designer, so I don't know how to do none
Yeah.
of that. But also the way she communicated her message and the things that she was able to pull off was remarkable to me. Things of making her own aroma. Um, like she had this thing that she always dressed the same at every guest shift, so people started recognizing her look.
Mm-hmm.
I started doing that too, and there's much more things that she did. Um, and I was like, she was all doing that while being head bartender at Theory Bar in Greece in Athens.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I managed to pull that off, and I went to the global final with I think a solid marketing campaign. But the thing is, when I went to the global final, I was thinking to myself, okay, like most of these bartenders are gonna be white guys, looking like me, speaking English. How can I differentiate myself from other people? So I was thinking, okay, I need to be different in the way I present my drink. I need to be different in the way that my drink is promoted or marketed, and my drink has to be unique in some kind of way. So I used yogurt in the drink. So I used instead of like all citrus, I used lactic acid, like Greek yogurt. So
Mm-hmm.
it became like instead of, but it's also fresh. So it's like a pina colada, but it's also like a mojito-ish thing because it's
Okay.
fresh. Obviously, it's not the same.
Yeah, but
But and then I served it up like a daiquiri, and it was a punch style drink. So it had like a spice, a citrus, a lengthener, and a spirit. And then the way I presented it was in poem, in spoken word. So
mm-hmm.
people that like almost like a rap. So people remembered that, and nobody had done that. And the way I did my promotional campaign is that a lot of people do one thing or two things or three things very good, and they score very high on that. I tried to do everything good, which cost me a lot of time and effort, but I was able to pull it off. Like for example, GN told me don't do guest shifts because it just costs money, and you don't get that much. You don't get you don't get much out of it. Yeah, you get to know people, but for your campaign, it doesn't really matter. And I was thinking, okay, but you did it and you won. I'm gonna do it too, just because you did it. And then, for example, Barney Toy, who competed, I think, in 2015, he had a perfect marketing score, and he explained what he did in a Bacardi Legacy presentation about how he showed how much his drink is worth and how he placed it on the menu, and the profit numbers and how much money he made out of it. So I did that too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just took ideas and things from people that did really well in the past, or I took ideas that showed potential but weren't really worked out, and I worked it out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I ended up, yeah, winning. I ended up getting a perfect score on my marketing, and then I ended up winning in Mexico City. So that was Bacardi Legacy. And then when you win Legacy for a year, you pretty much go on tour with them. You know, all the big events, Tills of the Cocktail, BCB, like Berlin Bar Convent. Um, and you can choose a couple of countries where you can go and like learn from
Great.
people and things of this nature. Yeah.
So how did it change your life, winning the victory? Like, how did it change your life?
Well, all of a sudden you get a lot more attention from people. You're interested. You're interesting. You're like there's like a spotlight on you for like a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
But what I got out of it mostly was that due to all the travel that I did before Bacardi Legacy and after Bacardi Legacy, is that I think I grew as a bartender because you get exposed to techniques, way of thinking, ingredients, but also as a person because you get exposed to a lot of cultures, a lot of religions, indirectly, but you do get
Mm-hmm.
exposed to them. Like, for example, when I went to Dubai, I saw how people went to work there and how people interact with each other. And I just came back from Japan, and Japan is very conservative and very humbling and um, very respectful. And then you go to Dubai, and which is all flashy and shiny. It's a very like kind of a
Different.
culture shock. Yeah, it's very different. And then I went to like Latvia, to Riga, and then to Russia, to St. Petersburg, and the way just people interact with you and communicate with you, it's very very different than, for example, Amsterdam, because
Yeah,
Amsterdam,
that's
like,
true.
yeah. So I think on a as a bartender, it helped me understand people more, but also as a human being, that I com- could show more empathy to people in ways that maybe before Legacy I kind of overlooked, in a way that I'm like I couldn't understand where people were coming from maybe in certain ways, but because being exposed to so many different cultures and people, now I have that.
Mm-hmm.
And definitely when like living in Mexico now, the culture is way different here than Europe or
Oh
Asia
yeah.
or
Oh yeah. I know.
yeah, yeah. So sometimes I struggle with it here, um, but it did help me understand people better and like seeing them from, um, yeah, how do you say that? Seeing where they're coming from.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Eric. So talking about the competition, what do you think would be three most important things that helped you to win, or like what three most important advices, or like those things you could give to people who want to win, like not just Bacardi, probably depends, like some cocktail competition what they are participating.
I think
Three
the
bullet
first thing
points, something.
I think the first thing, and this is gonna sound very redundant, but hard work, and you gotta believe in yourself. That's the one thing that you gotta do. And when
Mhm.
you, like, a lot of people say, I'm not gonna do Legacy because it's so much work. But the thing is, you're not working for the competition. You're working for yourself. Because if you do good in the competition, you building a future for yourself. I know so many people that didn't win and are and Legacy opened up doors for them because they did very well, or because they showed that they have great potential. There's only going to be one winner. That doesn't mean that the bartenders that don't win are not great. Like,
Sure.
when I did Legacy, I was definitely not the best bartender there. I was just at that certain point in time, in that millisecond, I was the best for those people. If we do it all over again, I might not win. I don't know. Who knows? But I think hard work is the one thing. You got to outwork your opponents,
Okay.
like, or outwork the other people. And I was constantly on Instagram or checking people. What are they doing? What are they doing? I was researching People from
Oh,
like there was this one guy, Carl. He was from Norway, and another guy from Dubai, Marco, who was the head bartender at Artesian. I was looking at them all the time. I was like, okay, these guys are busy. I gotta do more. I gotta do more. I gotta do more. I gotta do more. So
cool.
so that's the first one, like hard work. When you think you're working hard, work harder, do more. And people are gonna tell you like, you don't listen to people what people say. Don't do that, or you're crazy, or you're doing too much, or have some rest. No, man, keep going, keep going. So that's the first one.
Okay.
The second one is you got to be original, but be original can be it's a broad spectrum. Like because you have to make in legacy you have to make a drink that is remakeable. And a lot of people make crazy infusions or syrups, or I'm like, who's gonna make that?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm not, and I love legacy drinks, but if it's too much work, I'm not making it because it's too much work. So for me, I was thinking, okay, what's a weird ingredient that could work, but it's easy to get and it's never been used? Greek yogurt, for example. I can mention a couple others: ketchup, bread. I don't know. This sounds weird. I don't know if it tastes any good, but you know, those are
Yeah,
things
I
that
do.
I gotta think of. Um, yes, yes. Um, and the third one, phew, hard work, be original. The third one, what is one of the biggest bullet points?
What you think helped you the most? Like.
I mean, yeah, the original part is and working hard were I think the biggest
Oh,
ones.
it's
But
okay. We don't need a third one. I
I
mean,
think no, I know the third one. I think you need a good brand ambassador.
okay.
Without my brand ambassador, I would not have won.
What do you mean good brand ambassador? What
No,
exactly it means that? What
no,
should he do or how do?
no. Like for example, like when I did Legacy, I had a limited budget.
Mm-hmm.
So like my brand ambassador at the time, Joy, he couldn't just give me money, but he could give me a call and he could meet me 3 weeks, 3 days out of the week. And he could say, hey, what are you doing? I was like, hey, I'm not doing anything today. I was like, hey, let's meet up. He pushed me all the time. So if you have somebody in your back that is in your ear nagging, hey, man, you got to do this, you got to do this, then it
Yeah.
motivates you.
Just like
Or
mentor, kind of like mentor. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean.
and like exactly, like he helped me stay focused, motivated.
Mhm.
But he also came up with some ideas. Hey, maybe what do you think of this? Hey, what do you think of that? Or um, obviously, I have to show first that I want to work, but that got him motivated as well. Um, so I
Okay,
think a good support system, brand ambassador, or somebody that can really help you is key.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
thanks. That's very good bullet points to keep in mind, and they made me think as well a
yeah,
lot. Okay, Eric. So, as I know now, you moved to Mexico City and you are opening a bar.
yeah.
So, how did you get to that point after the legacy? How was the story until this?
So so I was working at Bar 27 in Amsterdam. I was the head bartender there. So
Mhm.
when I won Legacy, I was
Because I
like,
think
go
because
ahead.
sorry, I interrupted you. I'm not sure but I think when I wrote you first, you were still in Amsterdam, wasn't you? Or when I
No, no,
started.
well, no. I was there just for a while because
Okay.
of COVID.
Okay. Because I somehow thought that it just happened for you very, very recently.
No,
Okay, so tell the story. I won't interrupt you anymore.
no, it's fine. So when I won Legacy, which is like a huge achievement, at least for me personal, for a bartender in their life, you feel invincible. So what is the next step? I was thinking, okay, I can do this. What can I do? Well, then what's the next biggest award? The 50 best bars. So I was like, okay, now 27, it's gonna go in the best 50. That was the goal.
Okay.
And for 2 years, like we worked our asses off for that, and and we tried and we tried and we tried and we tried, and I was like, after 2 years not making it or not even making it in the 100 best, I was pissed off because I didn't agree with it because I visit so many 50 best bars, and I was like, man,
We can do better, yeah.
yeah, like none of them are that great. Not all of them are that great. So after 2 years, I was like, you know what? I don't want to do this anymore. Like not like going for the 50. I just like enjoy what I do, and then and whatever. So I didn't really want to stay in Amsterdam anymore. I wanted to live there, but I didn't want to work there because professionally, there's nothing there for me.
Hmm.
So I went to Mexico a couple times, and I really loved it. Like Mexico City was really a city that I could see myself living in. It was the first city besides Amsterdam that I was like, man, I could really spend some time here. I felt home here.
Okay.
Um, and then I had the opportunity with the co-owner of Hanky Panky to open up a new place called Brujas. So
Hmm.
no, we did that and we opened it up, and then COVID happened, and some things between me and the company didn't really work out. I didn't agree with certain things, and then COVID didn't made it all. It started all with COVID,
Oh yeah.
so I went back home, and I didn't know really what I was gonna do. And then the people from Handshake, which is the bar that I'm opening,
Okay.
had a bar called Handshake in Polanco, which is like um, the more upscale area in Mexico City. But they closed that place down, and they were gonna reopen in a new location. But they wanted to revamp the whole project. So they got me as a new partner, and then
Hmm.
now with them, I'm reopening the bar.
Wow, that's cool.
Then
I,
new concept, new bar, just the same name.
all right. Are you going for 50 best bars?
No,
No.
no. I mean, listen, if people come to the bar that vote and they vote on us, I'll be more than honored. And because if they think we're worth that vote, that's great.
Cool.
Um, and of course, it would be a great honor to be in that list at some point. But I'm not gonna sell my soul, like figuratively speaking, on getting in that list like I did at 27.
Okay.
Like, no, we'll do events with other bars, and we'll do events with friends that I know in bars that work in the top 50 in top 50 best bars. But like, I'm not gonna chase that that list like obsessively like I did for 2 years, because I did. Like I was obsessed with it. Like
But
it felt like some kind of like yeah, yeah. It felt like some kind of, I don't know. I had to achieve it.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Uh, okay, Eric. I also wanted to ask you what do you personally prefer when you go to the bar? But now I'm talking not about the competitions, but just about a bartender. What makes a bartender a great bartender? What separates good bartender from a great bartender? But for you, when you go to the bar and you think, oh, this bartender is great, let's say like that. Let's name it.
The first thing is great hospitality.
Mm-hmm.
So many bars have great drinks, but are assholes or rude, or like when I walk into a bar or a restaurant or whatever, I'm here to spend my money. I'm gonna give you tip. I'm gonna enjoy what you create. Why would you not be happy serving me if you're doing something you love and I'm paying you for it? You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Yeah, I
So
do.
I never like understand people can have bad days, and they can be tired and all that. I understand all that. People are people, but like on average, no, just be happy and be kind. Just act civilized. Greet somebody um, when they walk in. Greet them when they or say farewell when they leave, and just have a nice chat with them when they're there. Doesn't have to be super elaborate, but just like be kind. That's the first thing for me.
Okay.
Um, Obviously, a great bartender has to have some kind of knowledge and some kind of skill um, to them. I like people that push the boundaries, uh, people that go the extra mile in the way they approach drinking making. Like, for example, a person that I really, really like right now is two people from Australia. It's like James Irvine. He actually did Legacy with me. He
Okay.
makes some. It looks like online that he makes some killer drinks.
Okay.
Birdie in Melbourne. Luke Werthy. I'm butchering his name. Um, but he has some really cool concepts. Guys like Marco Corallo, Ran van Ongevallen, Remy Savage, like people like that. They can the things that they do. It's very cool, and I look up to
Okay.
them in certain things, and I think like drink wise, the way they approach drink making, it's very cool, and it makes them, I think, in that aspect, good bartenders. Um, I've never been at the bar at Luke or with James Irvine, but looking from the drink perspective, it looks really interesting.
Okay.
And
Cool.
then,
I'll need to check that out as
I-
well.
and I think, I think those are, I think the hospitality is the most important thing. I mean, you can be in a shit dive bar with shit drinks with like beers and mezcal or beers and shots. If a guy
Right.
makes you feel amazing, I'm gonna come back. If I'm gonna have a great time. I'm gonna have some more beers. I'm gonna have some more shots because I'm enjoying myself. If I am coming to a bar that has amazing drinks, but people are like really rude or not very kind, I'm not coming back.
All right. I know what you mean. I know what you.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I think we've all been there.
I guess we also all had that process in ourselves, when we get sometimes too
Oh yeah,
arrogant, or and then we learn to be not too arrogant, and like all that ups and downs, all that waves in the career. It's
yeah,
like a way. It's like a way
exact,
to grow.
exactly. I think bartenders get very cocky every once in a while, um, and I'm sure I have had that in the past. I've been told I have done that. But even before I bartender, that I can come across as cocky, and I don't mean to do that at all. Um, I just think that like we're not doctors, we don't cure cancer. Like we give people food and drinks, and we try to make people smile. And I don't think there's nothing to be arrogant about. And so I don't really understand that.
Yeah, I
And
know. I
people
know what you mean.
and people perceive being arrogant as well as like if I come to a place or a guest comes to your bar and they don't like the things that you do, the food or the drinks or the service, that doesn't mean they're arrogant. That just doesn't mean they don't like that specific style. That's fine. That doesn't
Yeah,
mean you're arrogant.
true. Um, Eric, a couple more questions. I would like to hear what is your take on the pandemic and COVID situation? How it will shape the bartending industry when, let's say, it will become a new some new norm will arise, and will become some new norm. Because so, what's your ideas? Have you thought about that,
Yeah,
or
yeah, yeah.
what do you think it might happen? It's kind of scenario what you just
Well,
thought.
in the beginning, people spoke a lot about the new norm, and I think the new norm is now. 30% in bars, social distancing. Once a
Hmm.
cure is there, the vaccine, that will, I think, disappear slowly. Even people now don't obey to those rules. People are social creatures. They want to socialize. They want to mingle with each other. I don't think that ever is gonna stop unless people are forced, like physically, to do that.
Okay.
Um, but that's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
Obviously, you got to be in this situation. You got to be responsible and keep, like if you're not feeling well, stay at home. Things of this nature. But in terms of a whole new norm, I don't think that will arise. Maybe with
Okay.
some, but in the general population, I don't think so. I do think that COVID-19 has pushed people in ways to be more creative and to think outside of the box. And this started with, like, if you look at Two Schmucks with their merchandise, they've been very hard on merchandising. People starting to invest a lot in their social media or in their online profile. The to-go drinks,
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I got a cut. My bad.
Yeah, we lost you a bit,
So
but you're
people
back.
that can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, because I can't hear you.
You can't hear me?
But
Hmm.
if you can hear me, I don't know. It's
I
probably what I
can.
got to call. That's why.
I'm just wondering
Let me
if
see. Can
our
I
people
leave and
can hear.
rejoin you? Is that okay? If
Yeah,
I
let's
hear
try.
you,
Leave and rejoin.
is
Yeah,
that
let's
okay?
try that.
Because I don't hear
Uh-huh.
you. Let
Okay.
me check. Uh,
Everybody who is watching this now, just go forward when Eric comes back. Okay. Do you hear me now?
yep, yeah. I got a call and I didn't hear you anymore.
Wow. Okay. All right. So it
So
works now.
um, so yeah, like the to-go drinks, the canned cocktails, the bottled cocktails. Um, when COVID started here, Limantour started doing that, and Hanky Panky as well. And it from what
Yes.
I saw, it worked. We do it now too at Handshake. Um, so I think those are very creative ways on like keeping your bar afloat and your personnel paid. But it's very hard work, very very hard work.
Yeah, that's understandable. Okay, Eric. So you traveled a lot of the world and a lot of bars and everything.
Yeah.
I would like to hear what was the most awkward or strange or like crazy cocktail or like experience connected to cocktails what you had in that time, if there was like that when you feel I don't know, like
Uh,
you know what I mean when you you just like I don't know, like a cocktail with a bartender's blood, or whatever. I mean, maybe even some crazy presentations, like, or something.
I think well, okay, I'll like the probably the weirdest.
Yeah, like the
Actually,
weirdest.
well, there was this one drink actually back home,
Okay.
um, in Amsterdam. They used hot dog water in a drink, or hot dog something, which
Okay.
was very odd to me. And um, at the time, I was with a person I was working with. She was with me, and I went to that bar, and I personally didn't like the drink. Like it wasn't for me. It was very strange for me. But the girl that I was with, my colleague, she loved it, and I'm like,
Okay.
this is. But like the hot dog water drink or the hot dog drink was very odd for me.
All right.
Um, then in Mexico City, I had a drink with ants in it, like
Okay.
chicatana ants, big black ants, which was
Okay.
very interesting. They were like tasting like smoky chocolate. It was very good.
Okay.
And then probably my best experience in a bar ever was in the SG Club in Tokyo.
Okay. What's that? What was that?
It just everything made sense. Like
Okay.
the drinks were epic. The clear ice, super thin Kimura glassware. The layout of the place
Okay.
was great. Just
Okay.
everything made sense.
Okay, I got you. I was thinking about some weird experience and you had about like a very
Now the now,
okay. Now I
now,
got the
now the weird
point.
now the weirdest one is probably the ants in a drink. I was really like, nah.
I know. Okay. All right,
And
cool.
when I tasted it, I was like, whoa, this is actually really good. And yeah, that's about it. Like really weird experiences. Besides, like I had some weird interactions with people. like really strange. Just
With drunk people, it's always. I mean, it's
well, yeah, just like
like that.
yeah, people just go crazy when they drink in all kind of different cultures and countries, and I'm like, but overall, like things that I like unenjoyable times. No, like I pretty much had a good time everywhere.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. Couple of questions to finish our podcast. These are questions like, what's your favorite category of spirits?
probably rum.
Rum.
Yeah,
All right.
yeah,
All right.
rum, rum,
Okay.
and after that probably gin.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, okay. And what's your favorite cocktail, if you have one? Now, I mean now, 'cause I know it changes time to time for everybody.
You're gonna laugh. You're
Why?
gonna.
Tell me.
Okay, a drink you could always wake me up for is a white Russian.
Sorry. I didn't hear because the connection just.
A white Russian. You can make me.
What?
You can wake me up for a white Russian any time of the day.
Really? White Russian? Wow, cool. I'm
It's
going to
fucking
today.
delicious.
Actually, today I'm going to film a White Russian video for my channel.
It's so good. It's like liquid dessert.
Really? So
Um,
can you share your best White Russian recipe? So I'll see. Maybe I will make it today in my video.
I mean, I make mine.
Yeah, yours
It,
exactly
it,
like
it,
you
it,
like.
it, it depends on the coffee liqueur, I think, that you use.
Okay.
But like the way I used to make it was, I think I did 40 mils or like 45 mils, 45 mils, or 40 mils, 40 mils of Kettle One and Tia Maria. And then like I put in 3 dashes of saline solution
Okay.
or pinch salt, whatever. And stir that really quickly in the glass. Some cream over the top, some heavy cream. And then I
Mm-hmm.
grated with some nutmeg and some tonka bean. Delicious.
Okay. So you like it layered, yeah?
Yeah. So,
Okay. Cool.
excuse me?
You like it layered, or you mix it everything.
Oh, no. I layer it first. And after all, I mix it. But I don't like to mix it all the way. Because then it
Okay.
becomes like chocolate milk.
Yeah,
So
kind
like
of.
I layer it.
Okay, it was a long time I haven't drink any White Russian. Today I will make will remember.
Yeah, man. Well,
Will
today,
you for making?
you're gonna have one today, cause
Oh yeah, and I will be thinking about you, and I will make for sure now. Okay, Eric, and one last question for the end. Do you hear me? Because the view just freeze. Do you hear me?
sorry, you're not. You're like you're. I don't hear you that well.
Okay. Uh,
Maybe you're like tuning out a little bit.
let
I
me.
hear you now a little bit better.
Okay, let's try. I will try to
You're very
realize.
like, yeah.
Okay, now the same. Not good. Yeah. No, not good.
Do what?
Do you hear me? How is the sound?
I mean, I hear you like in like a little bit.
Okay, let me reconnect
Mexico,
now.
man.
Let's see.
Welcome to Mexican Wi-Fi.
Also, but wait. So you think it's from your side? So maybe you want to reconnect once more for the last question?
Well, I barely caught that. Maybe if I get out of this underneath this bridge or something, then I hear you better. Cause I'm in the so that's why. Maybe I'm gonna hear because we're like moving location. Can you
Yeah, but
repeat your question?
so my question would be, how do you see yourself in 10 years, in long-time goals? Like you already achieved the global title of really tough bartending competition. You're opening your own bar. What do you see? What dream? What goals do you have like long-term for 10 years for yourself? I'm talking more about professional sphere, hospitality industry, not personal, but like a hospitality. What is your goal in 10 years? How do you imagine yourself to be?
Okay, how did I manage? How did I manage what now exactly?
How do you
How did I
imagine
manage what?
yourself in 10 years? How do you imagine yourself in 10 years? What are your goals? Like, what do you want to accomplish in the coming
Ah,
10 years?
in
Yeah,
10
yeah,
years.
yeah. Long time goal in professional scale. Like,
Um, make I the bar open shake. I want to be here for like at least 2 years and make it a good hotspot in Mexico City, like a destination bar that people can have a great time, have great drinks. But of course, the bar needs to make money. Like people it needs to survive, so it
yeah.
needs to be a financial support system for me. And then I want to open up a bar in Amsterdam with a friend of mine, which was always the goal. Um, and I want to involve a lot of friends in that. So people that
Mhm.
I've met around the world, people that I'm meeting in Mexico, and then um, and probably have a bar where I can just really put again all my focus in and open something new in Amsterdam that is not there yet, and add something new to the city. And after that, like running 2 bars, I think for right now that's the start.
Okay.
And yeah, but I always want to do some. I don't just want to open up a bar. I always want to add something to the city. Like I always want to do something different. People can have like because if you open up the same thing as everybody else does, it's kind of like redundant. Like everybody does that already. Everybody knows that. Why would they come to you? So I would really want to open something in Amsterdam that's like very very different, and that people can come to us for something you can't get anywhere else. I think that's the one thing that I would like to do.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you
You
for
hear
your
me?
honest answer.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that was my last question, Eric, and it was really a pleasure to talk to you and to hear your story and to get the wisdom and
My
knowledge.
pleasure entirely.
Thank you, and to improve
No,
myself as a
thank you.
person and all people who will be listening the podcast. I believe we will become better bartenders after this podcast for sure, because it was a great ideas that you said, and for people who want to compete and win. So even those advices seems very simple, like hard work and be original, but I always say when you hear the same thing from another champion fifth, sixth time, you understand that that might be true, and I might not be looking for some crazy things. I just need to concentrate on things like you said, like hard work and being original, and it's enough because people who are champions they are saying that.
Are you gonna do? Are you gonna try it again? Are you gonna try Legacy again?
Me, I don't know. I tried a lot of competitions in my life. I just finished writing the book on that, the draft on competitions that I've done in my life. But I think I'm going to do some competitions for sure. Probably Bacardi will be on the list as well now, but because now we are not happening, or they are happen like now they are not happening like they used to happen. So for now, I'm waiting while everything will settle and the kind of new norm. The old norm will come back, or the new
Yeah.
norm will arise, and I could plan something. But I will
Yeah. Yeah.
definitely
Yeah. True.
do some competitions for sure because I like to compete.
Nice.
Yeah,
You should.
for
Well,
sure.
maybe I'll see you in the global final at some point.
Oh, that would be a pleasure.
Let's
And
hope so.
if you'll be in Miami, just let me know. We will meet for a White Russian as well.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
All right, Eric. So thank you very much for
Absolutely.
you being my guest. Thank you, everybody watching this podcast. I
You're
believe you
welcome.
got really inspired.
Thank you for inviting
And
me.
oh, for sure, Eric, for sure. It was worth waiting. This better connection. Okay, so have a great day. Have a
Okay.
great bar opening. When are you opening the bar? When is the opening scheduled? If no more pandemics
I
happening.
don't know with these new COVID rules. I don't know.
Yeah, that's
Not sure. We're
not.
doing construction.
Okay.
No. So we might go back to red light here. So I don't know yet.
Okay. Anyway, we
It's
will
kind
see
of
that
shit.
on social media. And for those who want to follow Eric on his social media, I'll put everything in the description under this video a bit later. So you can go and follow his journey in Mexico now. It will be very interesting, I believe. So thank you very much, everybody, for being watching this podcast. And I'll try to bring you more inspirational people every week. Thank you very much. Thank you, Eric, and I'll see you in Mexico,
Have
maybe
a good
in
day, man.
maybe in Amsterdam. Bye,
Th-
bye, everybody.
Maybe. Let's see. Ciao, ciao.